Hello everyone, welcome to Roma Theory. It's time to get back what has been stolen from us the 31st of May in Budapest, Hungary. It's time to once again play against the world, play against everybody. Roma by itself against the world to get back what has been stolen from us. It's the beginning of the 2023-2024 Europa League season, group stage draw today. It's a sneaky one. There are interesting teams in this draw. And we obviously know who we are going to play the group stage with. And I'm very excited for it. I'm always very excited because, I don't know, it just sets the season. It just sets the stage. So, obviously, I want to make this interactive. If you haven't already, first of all, smash the like button and subscribe. But I need you in the live chat to let me know who you want and who you want to avoid, and also let me know in the chat who you think will get, what our group stage you think will be like. I've got my piece of paper here ready to jot things down, jot all the group stages down, making our way towards it. I mean, it's only fair to start this by looking at the teams and the pots, the different pots. Obviously, Roma is in pot 1. So, looking at the teams, there are interesting ones. There are easy ones, but there are also some very sneaky ones. Now, starting with pot 1, we've got West Ham, Conference League winners, directly into the Europa League. Liverpool, who obviously are the clear favourites of this season's Europa League. Then you've got Roma. Then you've got Villarreal. Then you've got Bayer Leverkusen. We know them very well. Faced them in the Europa League semi-finals last season. You've got Atalanta from Italy, Ajax from the Netherlands, and Glasgow Rangers from Scotland. Now, these are all teams which are part of pot 1. So these are all teams which Roma cannot face in the group stage, because as you I'm sure you know, a group stage has 4 teams from the 4 different pots. So we can't get Liverpool, we can't get West Ham, Villarreal, Bayer Leverkusen. Obviously we can't get Atalanta, 1 because they're in the same pot as us, and 2 because they're from the same country, and we can't get Ajax or Glasgow Rangers. But that pot 1 is interesting. You know, these are all teams which are Champions League teams, if you ask me. Liverpool are the clear favourites. I mean, Liverpool need to win this. You look at the team they have. You look at the way they play. You look at the fact that, you know, Klopp has brought them in various Champions League finals, suggests to us that this for Liverpool will be a walk in the park. But so was Arsenal last season, and Arsenal got thrown out. So surprises can happen. We were fairly lucky with the draw last season, but you know, luck is a big part of football. So these are all teams which we can't face, but these are all teams which you can face moving onwards in the league if we do qualify for the group stage. Pot 2 teams include Sporting Club do Portugal, Stade Rennes, Matic back at the Olympico. I'd love to see that. Real Betis, again, we faced them last season. Olympique Marseille from France. Slavia Prague from the Czech Republic. Olympiacos, Sobakin's next team from Greece. Lask from Austria. And Karabag from Azerbaijan. So these are all teams which we can face. None of them are Italian teams, so we can face all of these teams. These are all teams which are part of pot 2. Who I would avoid out of all these pot 2 teams, I would avoid Marseille and Real Betis. I think the other ones are beatable. I mean, Real Betis and Marseille are beatable too, but I'd rather avoid them if you ask me. Moving on to pot 3, we have Brighton and Hove Albion, who is going to be the big surprise of this tournament. Freiburg from Germany, Molde from Norway, Sheriff Tiraspol, which is that weird country, which is it's like a country but not a country. I remember Real Madrid played against Sheriff Tiraspol in the Champions League a few years ago, and it was basically like a country which doesn't actually exist, close to Moldova. So Sheriff Tiraspol are in pot 3, Union Saint-Gilloise are in pot 3, Sparta Prague are in pot 3, Maccabi Haifa from Israel, and Sturm Graz from Austria. And in pot 4, you've got Toulouse, who we faced in the preseason, AEK Athens, Bachka Topola, which won the Serbian League last season over Red Star and Partizan. You've got Servette from Switzerland, Panathinaikos from Greece. Roma fans and Panathinaikos fans have got a great friendship. They're allies, so that was going to be a good away game. Rakow from Poland, Aris, Limassol, no idea who they are, and Häcken, no idea who they are. I guess they are from Sweden. Häcken, I'm not sure though. Yes, they are Bockelklubben. Yes, they are from Sweden. So yeah, these are all the teams. I mean, those pot 4 teams are ridiculous teams, to be honest with you. That pot 4 is absolute garbage. So pot 4 teams have to be a walk in the park for us. Pot 3 teams apart from Brighton are a walk in the park. Pot 2 apart from Sporting Lisbon, Real Betis, Marseille and Stade Rennes are a walk in the park. And yeah, pot 1 we can't face. So I think it's either going to go really bad in a way that we get like Real Betis and Brighton together, or it's going to go really well. That's my take. But I mean, we have sorry, no, they didn't win the Serbian league. Sorry, mate. They got second in the Serbian league. Did I say they was Red Star won the Serbian league? They got second though. They got ahead of Partizan. So that's interesting to note down. Anyways, let me know who you want. Let me know who you think we'll get. And yeah, I'm very excited. If you're excited for it, smash the like button. Let's get 30 likes by the time the draw starts. And we're getting Servette. If we get 30 likes by the time the draw starts, we get Servette FC from Switzerland. Right, the draw is... We've still got a bit of time. You know, another team which I would avoid is Molde from Norway. I would avoid them because going to Norway, playing against a team in a similar stadium like Bodo Glimt is gonna give us a mental block. So I would easily avoid that Norwegian side. Don't forget that we would play against them if we do face them when it's very cold in Norway. That's not an excuse. These are professional players, but temperatures in Rome in compared to Molde are incomparable. So yeah, I would avoid Molde from Norway if you ask me. But again, that's a team which we have to beat, obviously. Right, let's read some comments. Don't forget, Champions League teams will drop to Europa League, and that doesn't make it easy for Liverpool. Yes, and with that being said, let's not forget that we have a death group stage in the Champions League with PSG, Milan, Borussia Dortmund, and Newcastle. Now, that means that one of these 4 teams will 100% play the Europa League after the group stages, and that is obviously you're adding a team with a lot of quality. Who I think it will be to drop down, I think it's going to be Newcastle. I think PSG and Milan are going to go through because Newcastle lack European experience. I think Milan beat Newcastle on their day, and PSG have got... They are a Champions League liability each season, but their team is just too good. Borussia Dortmund, I think, is going to get last in that group stage. Newcastle could be, or Milan, or PSG even, could drop down to Europa League. So, you know, that's another big team which you have to add to the list. I mean, looking at those Champions League group stages again, teams which are going to 100% drop down. Bayern Munich, Man United, Copenhagen and Galatasaray. I mean, unless something crazy happens, Galatasaray is probably going to drop down into Europa League. Seville, Arsenal, PSV Eindhoven and Lens is a very competitive one. I'd love to get Seville in the Europa League. Not in the final though. I would love to get them before and take revenge. One between Seville, PSV Eindhoven, even Lens are a great team, could drop down. Napoli, Real Madrid, Sparta Braga and Union Berlin. I think Union Berlin dropped down. That's another tough side Very tough side. Started the season very well. Benfica, Inter, Salzburg, and Real Sociedad. Real Sociedad or Salzburg could drop down. Feyenoord, Atletico, Lazio, and Celtic. One between Feyenoord and Lazio drops down. You know, there are gonna be complicated teams. Last season we were lucky in the draw because we avoided Barcelona, United, Arsenal, and all of these teams. One of the reasons why we reached the final is because we're lucky. That's just a real crude statement. Will we be this lucky this season? I don't know. But luck is a big part of football, as we said before. City, Leipzig, Red Star Belgrade, and Young Boys. I think Red Star Belgrade drops down. Red Star Belgrade against Roma. The fact anyone who travels to Belgrade, if we ever face Red Star Belgrade, is going to die. It's going to die. Like it's going to die. I went to the Red Star Belgrade stadium, camouflaged, because if they knew I was a Roma fan, they would have exterminated me. I went to the Red Star Belgrade stadium on my way to Budapest, and they have they literally have, you know how teams have club official stores which sell jerseys, they have that, and next to it they have a shop which is just for the ultras, where they literally sell like little knives and those bandanas. It's crazy. Like Red Star Belgrade away, when you're Roma, is going to be a brutal one. So that's another team which can drop down. And then the last group stage in the Champions League is Barcelona, Porto, Shakhtar Donetsk, and Antwerp. That's probably the weakest one. I think Shakhtar Donetsk dropped down. So yeah, a lot of interesting teams. This Europa League can definitely turn out to be a big Europa League surprise, mini Champions League. But as Mourinho said multiple times over the course of this start of the season, this season is all about focusing game per game. Again, last season we didn't have the easiest of group stages. We had Real Betis who topped the group. We had who did we have? Ludogorets, Razgrad, and Helsinki. You know, our qualification from that group stage depended on that Ludogorets game, where Zaniolo played well and Pellegrini scored 2 penalties. We got to be better in the group stage. Another reason is because this year we're pot 1. Last season we were pot 2. Being pot 1 means that, according to the logic, you are going to get first. That doesn't normally and usually follow the rules. But it's very important for us to get first in the group stage, because towards the end of last season, one of the reasons why we decided to go all in Europa League and forget about the league, one was because of squad depth, 2 was because of injuries. You know, injuries come with fatigue. Fatigue comes when you play a lot of games. And last season we played 2 unnecessary, useless games which we could have avoided if we played a better group stage against Salzburg. So these are all little details which at the end play a big part of our European run. Injuries, fatigue, avoiding unnecessary games. We got to top the group. We have to stop getting second, because otherwise we've got to play the playoffs, and that's an extra 180 minutes, if not more, if it goes for extra time and penalties and unnecessary stress. So let's just top the group. Let's win the group stage. Let's watch the playoffs at home on our sofa, and let's breathe more than last season, because last season was a crazy one. The few teams which I would avoid, as I said before, Betis and Marseille in pot 2, but also, I mean, Brighton is the one I would avoid the most. Seeing the fact that we can't get Liverpool, Brighton is probably the second. I'd actually say Brighton or, after Liverpool, the favourites. I think you look at the teams now, and not counting the teams which are going to drop down from Europa League, I think the favourites are Liverpool. Second favourites are Brighton. I know they lack European experience, but they've got one hell of a good team, one hell of a good manager, and they play some fantastic football. Just bought Ansu Fati, class signing for a team like Brighton. And then I'd say third favourites, not counting the Champions League teams, I would put Roma. I would put Roma for a lot of reasons. I would put Roma because Roma is not going to abandon Europa League to focus on the league this season. We got to get back what was stolen from us. Jose is never going to abandon European tournaments. Jose is the master of these tournaments. So I would put us as third favourites. And maybe I'd also put us after Liverpool and before Brighton, just because of experience. But Brighton are a scary team, and I hate to be real here, but the way we play football, we would lose against 18 out of 20 Premier League sides. Premier League sides will annihilate parking the bus teams, low football teams. And the way we play, as I just said, we would get destroyed by, if not all Premier League sides, 18 out of 20 Premier League sides. The only Premier League teams we could beat are Bournemouth, Luton, and possibly Everton. The other, maybe Wolverhampton. The others we'd all lose to. And Brighton is scary. I mean, you look at the speed Brighton play at, and they could absolutely humiliate us. So, again, I would avoid Brighton, obviously. I think any team in this Europa League group stage would avoid Brighton. And yeah. But other than that, bring it on. I'm very ready to go back to the stadium tonight. Europa League starts the 20th of September, if I'm not wrong. So we've got a few time to prepare for that. International break after today's game. A lot of time. But, yeah. West Ham. I don't know if West Ham would beat us. West Ham, started very well in the league. Beat Chelsea, beat Brighton. So I definitely don't think West Ham would be an easy game. But we can't get West Ham because they're pot one. We can get them later on, but not now. The draw starts. It should start now. I mean, they're there presenting, talking as always. They always explain the rules as if we're all morons and just don't get them. There's always this guy. He looks like Willy Wonka's father. He's always there. That's his job. Pulling balls out of the sack and yeah. But yeah, I'm going to go who I think we're going to get. Our group stage is going to be Roma, Rennes. I just know it's going to happen. Molde, and let's go with the Serbian team. That's my group stage. I think we're going to get yeah. I think our group stage is going to be Roma, Rennes. It's just, again, it's written in the stars that we are going to beat. We're going to get Matic. Just like it was written in the stars that Tonali was going to get Milan again. It's just so going to happen. There's just somebody up there which wants these events to happen in the world of football. So I'm convinced we're going to get Matic and Rennes. Look at it happen. I am so convinced. But yeah, bring it on. Europa League Conference League draw after this. Obviously, who cares about that? We won the trophy. Never want to play in it again. Jose will miss 4 games. Oh, yeah, I remember. He's basically going to miss the entire group stage. Will that influence? I mean, the first 2 games we played in the season without Jose, we all know what happened. So, I don't know if it's related. I don't know if it's just normal, if it's meant to be. But Jose will miss the first 4 games of the group stage. Or 3. It's either 3 or 4. Because if he misses 4, he misses the entire group. I know he doesn't. Because it's away and at home. So we would play 6 games, yeah. Yeah, so he's going to miss 4. It's too long. Yes! It just takes ages every year. Atalanta in this too. Atalanta are pot 1. I don't know why Atalanta can be pot 1. What did they do in these past seasons, European-wise? So, yeah. Atalanta are in it too. Taylor should be missing the next 10 years. What's your prediction against Milan? Deep down, I think we'll lose. But I have more faith. I have faith that we're going to play better because we know that it's our time to shine. and we can't let other teams escape already. I'm not gonna go far to say that we're gonna win tonight, but I'll be positive and say we're not gonna lose. I'm gonna go with a draw, but Milan are the favorites. It's just the way it is. Simo, you're wrong with that one. Unfortunately, Roma can beat most of the Premier League teams in European stages apart from Big Six. Big Six, definitely. I don't know. I think it depends. It depends on this. As you said, it depends on the stage. If it's a semi-final, I think it can happen. In the group stages, right? The draw is starting. I live in Israel, and Maccabi Haifa are ass, but are good at home because of their fans. Nice. Thanks for that. Right, let's start the draw. Atalanta always in the Champions League. What do you mean always? The last time they played in the Champions League was 3 years ago, and before that they never played in the Champions League. So I disagree with Atalanta in pot 1. It just makes no sense. They're a pot 2 team. Right, Group A starts with West Ham United. Smash the like button, y'all. So, A is West Ham. B is Ajax. Yeah, B is Ajax. C, we're the most unpredictable win. I love the positivity. I love it. I absolutely love it. C is Rangers. Glasgow Rangers. Rangers in Europa League and Celtic in the Champions League. So A West Ham, B Ajax, C Rangers, D. This is us. It's just D. Dick. It's just us. It's D. D is Roma. Look at it happen. No, it's Liverpool. Liverpool are the D's. We haven't played UCL for 5 years. Literally unacceptable. Yes, it's a shame that we lost so many points in the first 2 league games. At the end of the year, yes, fully agree. So D is Liverpool. So we're on the other side of the draw. E is Villarreal. So again, this is not one group, you know. This is just the first pot teams separated in different groups. They're not all together. West Ham, Ajax, Rangers, and Liverpool can't be all together. These are just the tops of the Atalanta, A, B, C, D, E, F. Atalanta or F. These are just pot 1 teams. They're not together. Wait, what? D is Atalanta? I've messed up. Right, Roma came out. A, B, C, D, E, F, G is Roma, but I think I've bottled it because the letters don't make sense. And then what's the last one again? Bayer Leverkusen. Leverkusen. A, B, C, D, E, F. Yeah, I think Roma is G. Yeah, I'm not wrong. I think they got it wrong. See, these are all the pot 1 teams. Let me focus. Focus. There we go. All of them over there. So we've got West Ham, Ajax, Rangers, Liverpool, Villarreal, Atalanta, Roma, and Leverkusen. Right, it's time to begin. It's time to go. I'd avoid Sporting Lisbon too. Sporting Lisbon is tough. Olympiacos come out. So Olympiacos go. Olympiacos with West Ham. I wouldn't have minded Olympiacos. So West Ham are with Olympiacos. Marseille are out. Avoid them. Marseille have a great team this season. Ismail Assar. So Ajax and Marseille. Right, we've avoided a good team. Ajax go with Marseille, and that means that we've avoided OM. OM are tough. Very heated fans. Very heated fans. Now the next team is going to go with Rangers. Aubameyang in Olympic Marseille too. Real Betis with Rangers. So Roma have avoided both Marseille and Real Betis. Great start this is. Very good start. Because both Marseille and Real Betis are now out of the bag. So, yeah, it shouldn't be bad now. Shouldn't be bad. Not bad, not bad. Sporting Lisbon. Ooh, Sporting Lisbon with Atalanta. So we've avoided Sporting Lisbon as well. I'm liking this. Marseille, Real Betis and Sporting Lisbon are all out. So we've been lucky with pot 2. Because any of these teams now we should beat. Lask goes with Liverpool. Yeah, Lask with Liverpool. Wow, Liverpool are going to humiliate them. And then Rennes go with Villarreal. So we've avoided Matic. We've avoided Nemanja Matic back. We've avoided him. I don't know how to feel. Parts of me wanted him to come back and we could have booed him, but yeah, I mean on the other side I'm happy because Rennes could have been a tough side. So Rennes go with Villarreal. Roma get Slavia Prague. I'll take it. I will take this. Roma with Slavia Prague. I'll take this. I will take this blindfolded. Good draw. Very good draw. Up to now. There's still Brighton, which has to be avoided. Roma, Slavia Prague. I mean, considering we could have gotten Olympiacos, Marseille, Real Betis, Rennes, and Sporting Lisbon, Slavia Prague is literally... It tastes like handmade bread. And Bayer Leverkusen get Karabag. Look, I think Bayer Leverkusen have got the easiest one under Karabag. After that, Liverpool probably have the easiest one with Lask, and then it's us. Atalanta, in my opinion, has the toughest one because Sporting Lisbon is a tough team. Wait, no. Did we get Karabag? We got Karabag. I don't get this. Can somebody please confirm? Did we get Karabag or Slavia Prague? I mean, if it's Karabag... Yeah, it's Slavia Prague. One football got it wrong. I just got a notification going Roma with Karabag. They got it wrong, right? We got Slavia Prague. Yeah, we got Slavia Prague. One football is wrong. Right, Freiburg go with West Ham and Olympiacos. Thoughts on Slavia Prague. Thoughts on the Czech team. Yeah. Brighton go with... Right, we've avoided... Ajax. Ajax, Marseille and Brighton. That is the death group stage of the Europa League. We've avoided Brighton. Everything is going to plan. Sparta Praga goes with Rangers and Betis. So that's the other team of Prague. I'm so happy. I'm so happy we avoided Brighton. Look at that state. Look at Group B. Ajax, Marseille and Brighton is the group of death. Union Saint-Gilloise go with... Union Saint-Gilloise go with Liverpool. Yeah, I mean, look at that. Liverpool are going to... Maccabi Haifa go with Villarreal. Yeah, Maccabi Haifa go with Villarreal and Rennes. So, who's that guy who told us about Maccabi Haifa? Nitzan Shemi. We're not getting Maccabi Haifa. Now it's Roma, I think. This is us. Storm Graz. No, sorry, this is Atalanta. Yeah, this is Atalanta. Storm Graz from Austria. Go with Atalanta. And then it's us now. Roma, Slavia Prague, and somebody else. There we go. It's coming. Who is it? Sheriff Tiraspol. Sheriff Tiraspol is the great team. Ah, my pen just... Sheriff Tiraspol is that insane team. Oh, it would be so cool to go away at Sheriff. Because it's like the team of a country which doesn't exist. There we go. I've already made the title if I go there. Roma playing a team in a country which doesn't exist. Ah, that would be so cool. It would be so cool to go to Sheriff Tiraspol. I need the dates. I'm genuinely going to plan it. It's impossible though, because group stage is September, October, November. No, it's not happening, but it would be so cool to go there. Didn't Sheriff beat Real Madrid years ago? Yeah, but we've been very lucky with this group stage. Sheriff Tiraspol, they beat Real Madrid because of luck, nothing else. And then we've got pot 4. No, Moldova does exist, but it's basically they play in the Moldovan league, but Sheriff Tiraspol is not from Moldova. That's the interesting thing. That's why I think an away game there would be so interesting. They play in the Moldovan league, but their team is not from Moldova. Their team is from this country. It's from this country called what's it called? It's that country between it's the team of that trans something. Country which doesn't exist next to Moldova. Transnistria. Transnistria is basically a country which follows their own rules. They've got their own flag and all of that. Transnistria, that's it. They play in the Moldovan league, but they are born in Transnistria, which is a country which doesn't exist under all effects. Yeah, this is the interesting thing of football. It's these little teams from these places which is just the best part of football. Right, Rangers get Aris Limassol. I've missed the first two because I was too busy with Transnistria. Go search it up. Search up Transnistria, and it's like, yeah. And then Rakow from Poland go with Atalanta. Yes. Rakow from Poland go with Atalanta. If they follow their own rules, how come they don't exist? It's not recognized. It's just not recognized. They follow like their... I watched a video about... y'all know Yes Theory. Yes Theory, insane. My favorite YouTube channel out there. Go watch their video on the country, because they did a video about this. It's basically a country which still follows communist rules, and it's a country which follows their own rules, but it isn't recognized. And it's a country which I've read... It is one of the aims that Putin wants. Again, I don't want to get into politics, but go watch Yes Theory's video about it, because it's very interesting. So under all effects, it's a country which doesn't exist. Right, let's get back focusing on this. Panathinaikos go with Villarreal. You see, you learn these little facts in this YouTube channel. Servette with Roma. Oh my God, what a group stage! It is actually hilarious. Slavia Prague, Sheriff Tiraspol, and Servette. It is immaculate. If we don't get first in this group stage, everybody in this team needs to be sacked. It's just. If we don't get first in this group stage, I mean, this group stage is full of, I don't want to jinx anything, but it's full of crap. If we don't get first in this group stage, it's ridiculous. I mean, look at it. Slavia Prague is the toughest one. Sheriff Tiraspol and Servette. It could not have been better than this. So sometimes luck is with us. It's normally never with us. Continue this luck going. Continue this luck going tonight, please, wherever you're up front. Let's win tonight, because this group stage is a free pass to the round of 16. It's just, call it a jinx, call it not a jinx, if we don't get first in this league. And I mean, everybody needs to be sacked. Everybody needs to be sacked. Anyways. I can't wait. Servette live watch along. It's a dream come true. Servette live watch along. Wow, we've been so lucky. We have been so lucky. Right, let me quickly complete the other groups though, because I have a few missing. I do have a few missing, so let me go on an Instagram page. No, they still haven't posted them. Again, I'm happy. Remember, we lost to Verona. I genuinely think Verona would beat Servette and Sheriff Tiraspol, mate. The fact that you're basing our season on one game is appalling. This is not just a group stage we need to top. This is a group stage we need to get 4 points from. It's just a matter of facts. We need to get 3 points against Slavia Prague at home, 3 points against Sheriff Tiraspol away, 3 points against Sheriff Tiraspol at home, 3 points against Servette away, 3 points against Servette at home. The only team where I will allow a draw is Slavia Prague away. That's the only game I can allow a little loss of points. The other, we need 4 points, no matter where we go, no matter where we are. I can't wait to kick in. I genuinely can't wait to go live, do a live watch along for Roma against Servette. This is the core great part of football. Imagine the team going to these little stadiums in the middle of nowhere. This is what we live for when it comes to football. If you haven't already, smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, and let me know in the comments your thoughts on this group stage. It can only be positive. So yeah, I'm gonna catch you. I'm gonna go to the stadium tonight. So I'm gonna catch you with a stadium vlog. Hopefully we win, because it's. I mean, if we win tonight after such a draw, I don't know what happened to somebody up there. But yeah, I am going to catch you soon. Simo, out.